We shouldn't be choosing our laws based on our reactions or our gut feelings. We should be following the facts and the data. And right now, overdose deaths across Canada are up, in every province. Pierre is blaming safe supply policies for all of BC's drug overdose deaths, with Poilievre saying that BC is being driven by radical activists, bureaucrats, and pharmacists who are making a fortune off of the addiction crisis, squaring the blame entirely on Trudeau and Eby for bringing in a policy that he says has killed nearly 2,500 people in a year. He wants to model Canada's drug policy after Alberta's policy. Meanwhile, in Alberta, they had a record high number of deaths. So if we were to follow the facts and the data, we would actually want to follow BC's policy as opposed to Alberta's. Pierre doesn't care about the facts and the data. He doesn't care about doing what is actually working. He cares about pointing his finger at something that seems wrong, because safe supply feels intuitively wrong, even though we know that it works. What doesn't work is criminalizing people with a mental health problem. Addiction is a mental health problem, something that we should attempt to solve with empathy, not by putting people in jail and not by penalizing people. And at the end of the day, I'm an upper-class white guy in Canada. If Pierre becomes prime minister, my life probably won't be affected too much. The people who are going to be hurt the most are the people who are the most vulnerable. And so I understand why it would be very easy for a lot of middle-class Canadians to say, well, I'm going to vote for Pierre because things can't get much worse for me, but things can still get much worse for others. And honestly, I think that's what's going on right now. People are fed up with what we currently have, and they think, how much worse could it get? Well, the Americans thought that too, and they don't seem to have learned their lesson. Ontario also thought that, and we also haven't seemed to learn our lesson, because Canadians wait until things get so bad that they just frustratingly vote in the next person. Regardless of if things are going to get better or worse, they just want to point the finger and blame somebody and move on to the next person to blame.